At first glance, Deep Rock Galactic probably seems like your typical space-themed aggressive shooter game. So if I told you that it's actually a wholesome game about teamwork and has an amazingly friendly community, you'd probably think I was crazy. But it does, and I am. So let's take a closer look under the hood of this unique game. Deep Rock Galactic is indeed a space-themed shooter. You are a dwarf employed by a mining company with subpar safety standards. I really don't think they have any safety standards. They don't care about us. They just want you to mine those minerals and make them rich. There are 4 unique dwarf roles that you can play. You have your gunner that has really awesome guns, and he also can deploy a zip line to help get to high places. The driller, well, just like it says, can drill through just about anything and is very handy to have on the team if you're trying to make a hasty escape to the drop pod and you don't have a clear path. You have the engineer that can shoot platforms just about anywhere and also can build turrets. And then my personal favorite is the scout. The scout has a flare gun as well as a grapple gun. Just a very versatile character. Although you can play this game solo, just as one of the dwarf roles, and you get a drone named Bosco to help you, the real magic of this game that makes it wholesome is with the teamwork.
If you don't rock and stone, you ain't coming home.
Unbreakable.
Deep Rock is a PvE game, not PvP, so you are working with each other against a common enemy, not against each other. I think that is the main reason why there is not a lot of toxicity in this community. Overall, it's so friendly, and I've met a lot of fun people through this game. Keep in mind that if you have friends you want to play Deep Rock with, although it's available on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, it does not have cross-platform capability. PlayStation can only play with PlayStation, and the only way Xbox can play with PC players is if PC players purchase it through the Xbox app on their PC. However, if you don't have friends, don't worry about it, because when you select a mission, you can choose to make it public and then people can join you, or you can join someone else's game. It's really cool, and don't worry, you don't have to use voice chat, although there is voice chat. Most people simply use the built-in emotes.
Bakal!
Rock and stone, brother.
Let's take a look at the lobby. This is the mothership where you gather before missions as well as after missions to celebrate with a drink. Did I mention there's drinking in this game? Yeah, you are a dwarf and you love to drink beer. There is a bit of swearing as well, so I would not recommend this game to probably anyone younger than a teenager. It's more of an adult game. But half the fun is turning on that jukebox, ordering a beer, and just hanging out with people before you start another mission. Now, some of the beers do give you an advantage on your mission, and you'll have to take a look at the menu for that. But other beers, just to make you see double or triple vision. Sometimes they make you explode, or you can just black out and end up in the hospital wing. There are also little mini games you can play, such as kicking the barrels through the hole, or you can even send yourself through the hoop if you have a death wish and want to end up in the hospital wing. There's a little video game you can play. You can also choose cosmetics for your character, and yeah, it's all about the cosmetics and the beer, right? You want your character to look good and feel good, so you have a lot of different options here, and these are all free. All you have to do is play the game, and you can earn enough to purchase these. Speaking of free, there is a battle pass, and it is included. The developers are constantly adding things to the game, which is awesome. The battle pass does take a lot of grinding to complete, but again, it's included with the game. You don't have to pay anything extra for it. That's really cool. Other things you can do in the lobby are turning off the gravity, which is extra fun if you have been drinking. If you have collected matrix cores through playing, you can overclock some of your weapons. And then there is an interface to upgrade your weapons. And there are lots of different combinations you can pick of weapons and the different abilities per weapon, as well as the perks you can have for your character. Each character has its own weapons too. There are so many different combinations to try out. I've played this game for years and have not even begun to try all of the different combinations. Once you have your weapon set and have your beer, go ahead and take a look at the missions that are available to you and those on your team. And you can either select from the servers and join somebody's mission, or you can create your own mission and choose whether you just want friends to join or if you want to open it up to anybody. While you are selecting your mission, you can choose between 5 different difficulty levels, 1 through 5, 5 being insane. Just don't pick number 5. I typically play on a hazard level 2 or 3, but if you're completely new, I would try 1 until you're a little bit more confident. Go ahead and select your mission and then you board the ship. Once you arrive, you are greeted with one of the many different cave biomes. And by the way, the caves are procedurally generated and fully destructible, so you can dig wherever you want. There is a map that helps to guide you, and if you look in the top right of your screen, it tells you your main objective and your secondary objective. You only have to complete your main objective and then call in the drop pod and exfil, but if you complete the secondary objective, you do get bonuses. So you and your team make your way through the cave, collecting whatever it is you have to collect for that mission. In this mission, we were gathering morkite, which is a mineral that we had to mine, and then our secondary objective was gathering gunk seeds from the ceiling. And then everything that you collect, you deposit into your mule, the little robot thing that you can call and it follows you around. And once you deposit in there, you have banked it and it counts towards your goal. As you proceed through your mission, there will be waves or hordes of alien creatures that look a lot like spiders. And as you battle them, you will run low on ammo. However, if you want more ammo, it's not free. There is a red mineral called nitra that you have to mine if you would like to order a resupply pod to get more ammo, and it gives you a bit of health as well. As you can see in this mission, we only had 3 of the 4 dwarf characters with us. We had the driller, that was my son. We had my friend Farrell as the gunner, and then I was the scout. We worked really well together. However, there were quite a few instances where it would have been helpful to have the engineer with us, because remember, the engineer can place platforms, and if the engineer throws a platform on the wall, I can use my grapple hook, or the gunner can use the zip line to get up there. But it wasn't a deal breaker not having one of the roles. So although it is best to have one of every role with you, it is not essential. Even if you're playing solo, you can complete pretty much anything without having all of the roles with you. And as I mentioned before, although there is voice chat, you don't have to use it. We didn't have it turned on here, and you can highlight and select what you want to draw the attention to. You can basically ping what you are trying to do and it will communicate it to your fellow dwarves. And then you can always do the emote.
Rockin' stone in the heart.
That's pretty self-explanatory. If you turn your game on public, expect that you will probably get 1 or 2 to join you throughout your game. And once they arrive, give them a rockin' stone. That's customary, and that's how you greet your fellow gamers. And it's just, like I said, it's very friendly. There's a lot of camaraderie and the teamwork, because it's PvE and not PvP. It just really brings people together, and it's wholesome. I tell you, this is wholesome. It's a wholesome game in disguise. Plus, did I mention that there's beer? Nothing brings people together like a pint. If you're not yet sold on Deep Rock Galactic as being a wholesome game with a positive community, take a look at the Steam reviews. You can't make this stuff up. There are so many people in love with this game, yet I don't think it gets the love that it deserves because it is disguised as a space shooter game. Down in caves with these weird-looking spider creatures. That's beside the point. The fun is in working together and just hanging out. You can revive people if they're downed. And unless you choose a high level of difficulty, you probably are going to succeed. And even if you don't succeed, you're just sent back to the ship and you can pick another mission. It doesn't really matter. When you are ready, you press the button on your mule, and there are different missions that end in different ways, but most of the time you press the button on your mule, a drop pod is sent in, and you will probably have to go to the beginning of the cave system where you started. The drop pod never comes to where you are, so you're going to have to travel, and you have a few minutes to get there. You can use your map, and you can follow the mule Molly, and there will be lights that direct you along the way. I've only not made it a couple times, and generally if someone is lost, someone else will come and help find them and help guide them back to the drop pod. Once the mission is complete, you will see how well you did. You will have all those gems and minerals. You can use those for upgrades. You're sent back to the lobby. You can chill out, drink a bit, and prepare for your next mission. If you are looking for a multiplayer game where you work together, you can play it online, it has a very friendly community, and the graphics are cool, it's just a different subject matter. It's unique. This game is like no other I have ever seen, and the developers are constantly adding to it. A very active community. There are always people to play with. I would definitely recommend checking out Deep Rock Galactic. This is a game I have put many hours into over the years. I get strange looks when I recommend this to people because it is one where people judge it by its cover and they don't know the wonderful depth, the camaraderie, the wholesomeness that Deep Rock Galactic holds. Try it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed.